Greetings and blessings to the Most High Creator of life itself, who is thy Father. First and foremost, this is the only thing on the agenda. This is the only thing that I will do today. If you are paying attention to this, you are witnessing the proper and true edification of how to greet our Father. So, I don't do this necessarily for you. A lot of us would say, I do this for you to save your soul and to save you. Your soul is on your ass. Do I care for you? If you are of my Father, of course. So I'm saying yes, because I care for everything that is of my Father. Do I care to be around certain creatures that my Father created? No. Do I care to be around other certain creatures that my Father created? Yes, but they are few and far found. So this edification is to those who are like unto my Father and who are searching to be more unlike, not unlike, but like unto him, as I am doing. We are truly supposed to learn these things together, not me just sitting here reading out this book, not me sitting here reading from a script. That's why I'm speaking to you now from what we say off the hip, but off the dome. For my Father dwells here in the heart of me. For you are not witnessing the flesh speaking, but the Spirit speaking through the flesh. For I have the power of discernment now, and I have been taught these things throughout my life, so I know the difference between when this is speaking and when this is speaking. And there will always be a battle between this and this. So these things I bear witness unto life itself, as my Father governs and watches over all things, because he is all things. Those of you who don't understand, or you gainsay and scoff and side talking, that's fine. I welcome all these things. I turn none of these things away. For if you come here, you will be cleansed or you will be reproved. That's the bottom line. So I'm not going to ask you to join this channel. I'm not going to ask you to follow me, because that's vanity. That's idolatry. You are only supposed to follow one. I will only follow one. And excuse me, not even follow. For I walk with my Father, and I'm learning more daily, moment to moment, how to walk with my Father. For my Father does not want followers, nor does he need followers. If you can't use this, you have nothing to do with him. Although you have a reason for being here, it is not the same reason as I. I know what mine is, and it's a beautiful thing that I found it. Hopefully, by me praising and worshiping my Father, you can find yours. If you find it here, so be it. For my brothers and sisters, I hope you find it wherever you find it. Whether it's with me, whether it's with somebody else, because even if it's with somebody else, you've actually found it with me. For me and my family are one, which you niggas still don't seem to understand. Contentious, debating, what's the other fucking word? Arguing like bitches. And you expect my Father to be with you. No, he has a reason and a place and a purpose for everything. But a lot of you, most of you are not with him. You don't even know what it means to be with him. You don't even have any respect for yourself, but you want to say that you know him and he's working with you. He works with everything. Nigga, that ain't nothing special for you. Although everything he does is special. But he makes an example out of everything. What type of example are you? Let's see. So, Father, I would like to say thank you for blessing me continual, even when I was unworthy, though I may still be unworthy at this moment. Thank you for thy mercy and thy grace, for I do not take it lightly. For now, since you have came to me and showed me who I am, I will do my best at all times and all ways, forever in thy grace, to be a living example and witness of the testimony of the life that you have given unto me, all for thy greatness, for thou's greatness. For you are greatness, for you are the merciful, the all-powerful. And I respect thee. So I'm going to start this with a song that my father has given unto me some months back. And I've written a lot of songs. Some come slower, some come faster, but this song, one day it woke me out of my sleep, and I wrote it down like this. And it's a song in which I've never written like this before, or spoke in a manner in which I speak this song. So you may use it, not for your own selfish gain, if it sparks the flame in your soul, if it's kindred unto you. For this is our call back unto our Father. So here we go. Father, you are my Father. You are the guide of my way. You are the light of the night and thy day. To you I only bow down, for you are thy crown. You are my Father, my Father. You are my Father, Father. You are my Father. You fill my thirst when I need. You are the air and the life that I breathe. You are always right there. In the darkest of times you prevail. So I call on your name, and you deliver me and lift me from shame. You are my Father. Leave my son alone. You are my Father. You are my Father. Father. You are my Father. let the congregation of the Most High, creator of life himself, stand up and say, hallelujah! Hallelujah. Thank you for this day you have given me, Father, for this day has been 46 years and man years in this time. But it is all one day unto my Father. For he is the one who never cease. He is the one who never died and will never die. For I shall uphold thy laws, statutes, and commandments for all ways. And because I keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, all that I know how, for I shall dwell in the bosom of my Father until. For he and I are the only ones in control of that. Not you, not her, not him. Me and him. Him being the controlling factor. But he is so beautiful in his mind that he gave me a mind so that I can link up with him when I so choose. But that link up is not to be played with or taken for granted. When we don't know, we don't know. But they say, which this is a true statement, when you know better, you do better. You should. For those of us who understand, for those of us who are his holy seed, we actually do better. Although we've done wickedly. When we find out what we've done and the pain that it's caused, when it doesn't feel right to us, we correct ourselves. So today we're going to speak about ungratefulness and humility, the difference between those two. For my Father has given me the power of discernment, the heart to perceive, the eyes to see, and the ears to hear. And I've always had them, but now I have them with a much clearer understanding. For with so many things that was in my face that I didn't really perceive. I could see but didn't have any understanding. But I could see it. Because this world doesn't teach you how to connect to that. Because if they did, you would disconnect from this world and you would start your reconnection back unto the Most High. So I'm not doing this out of my vanity. And I've been very vain before. Arrogant. So I know the difference between vanity and arrogancy and pride. Pride is this. Most of you people don't understand. Pride is this. Pride is strength. Pride is a lineage, an inheritance, and a heritage, which we do not have as so-called black people. So let's get into it. Today we are starting with the book of Numbers. See how he takes account of everything? The answers are right in our face. But when you don't have that heart to perceive, the eyes to see, and the ears to hear, you're just looking at shit. Because that's all your brain can perceive is shit. Your head has been in your ass for so long. You eat, breathe, talk, walk, shit. Spew out shit, diarrhea at the mouth all the time and think we know. But we don't have enough humility to sit down and actually learn with a brother or a sister. To learn with one another. Everybody wants to be somebody. But nobody really wants to find out how to be who I'm supposed to be. Because we live in this world full of makeup. Maybe it's Maybelline. All you fucking cover girls. Covering up all my father's beauty. Making up all your manly things that you think are manly, but nigga, you made it up. And actually, you didn't make it up. The world made it up. We just digging through the shit of the world, putting that shit on us. And we carry the heaviest burdens, and we're never healed. Most of us who think we're healed, we are not healed. You have been fucking around for thousands of years. This is passed down through our lineage. And you think you can just cure it just like that? Your brain got to be full of shit. You think you could just speak this word and that's it? You got to be full of shit. And if most of you talking about you come from the house of Israel and Yasharel and all this stupid shit and Yahweh dog shit, that's how I can tell you an ignorant fucking dog, because you still speaking dog language and talking dog shit, living dog shit, and you don't live these scriptures out. Because a lot of us think that we can get in the scriptures and then we can... No, that's not really what the scriptures are for. The scriptures are here for edification. The scriptures are here for a guide tool for what's already been put in you. That's why most of you can't get it, because it's not for most of you. That's why even that fake Jesus said, where I go, you can't come. You try and follow me, you surely gonna die. Because you weren't made for this journey. If you were made for this journey, then we are going to walk together. We're going to cut out all this dog shit now. And we're going to start to walk in the ways of the Most High Creator of life himself. That's what he means by we were made in his image. Not just that he looks like us. The look, nigga, you couldn't even take his look. Because you a bunch of ugly ass motherfuckers. Thank you, pretty, haughty, vain, and arrogant. Even in my filth, I was more righteous than most of all of you. And I was filthy. And just found out how filthy I was. I knew I was doing filth. I didn't try to hide it. It's one of my biggest sins. That I made filth look good. He didn't like that at all. I didn't really like it, but I didn't see another option. So when my time came, which was recently, he gave me a choice. And on that choice, I didn't holler Jesus. I didn't holler mama. Like that nigga they choked out the other day. Big ass tough nigga. The type of nigga talk shit to somebody like me on the street. But when your oppressor was choking the fuck out your bitch ass. Mama! Mama! That's what most of you niggas do when that rod get on your head. Talking about killing and murdering your brother, you do anything. I just seen a young brother get pulled over by the police yesterday. Riding around with a pistol. Made it right to the destination where I was standing, and his ass got taken away. I ain't seen him bust that gun. I ain't seen him talk shit to the police. He handed it to him willingly. What kind of gangster is you? Or tough man is you? I would call that what I know it to be. Nigga, that's called bitch. It was two bitches in the car. Him and his fat bitch. He was a fat bitch and she was a fat bitch. Looking horrible. None of them fought them. But the same motherfuckers that try to fight me and shoot at me and kill me. If you niggas do not listen, my father's gonna take your ass away right now. If you don't come into this, if it's for you, if you don't come unto this call, your ass is out of here. And I say good riddance. Because you hindering the others from coming into their righteousness. Because it is not enough examples of what righteousness is, but it's plentiful. And I can't even say plentiful. It's a lot of fucking muck yuck spread all around of the wrong thing to do. Because the word plenty to me is plentiful, means something wholesome, and a lot of something wholesome. But it's just a lot of wickedness. And we're going to start with this to show you the wickedness. Because me and my family was talking about this earlier. This is the book of Numbers. Chapter 11. Let's make sure. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 1. We're going to show you how you niggas treat kindness. And I see it today, and I've been seeing it my whole life. You niggas take kindness for weakness. You think when somebody is well-spoken and they show you kindness, that means they're a coward. Especially today. If you ain't talking loud and saying nothing and selling wolf tickets, your pants down to your fucking ankles so niggas can see your panties. Your bitch walking around driving, looking harder than you, talking about, yo bro. Fuck you niggas get this word from anyway. You don't even know. That shit is corny as fuck. You niggas sound corny as fuck today. Bitches out here tougher than you niggas. And she ain't even tough. And when the people complained, what did they do? Complained. It displeased the Almighty. And the Almighty heard it. And his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Almighty burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And remember this. When I said that my Father has given me the heart to perceive, the eyes to see, and the ears to hear, that means my eyesight is better than yours. You niggas got cataracts, glaucoma, stigmas in your eyes from all the shit that's still in your mind. I have been purged and cleansed through the fire. So I see things straighter than ever. And they keep getting better. So he has given me the tools and the keys to unlock the matrix. And divulge the information, if that word means what they say it means, to give out the information to my brethren who choose to hear it. Because at this time, there's nothing the devil can do with this power that I'm reading. You can't twist it up anymore. You never could twist it, but you covered it up because you're a cover girl. That's what the devil is. He's a bitch. He's the biggest bitch. And most of you come from him. That's why you act just like your daddy. You don't have a father. So let's get to my Father's work. So you're going to hear me say things, and most of you bitch niggas going to say, he's changing the scriptures. No, nigga, I'm not changing the scriptures. I'm actually revealing the scriptures. Not my interpretation. Because that's what you sound like to me. Interpretation. I know the word is interpretation. But you niggas sound like bitches. You talk like bitches. You don't speak like men. Your bitches rule you. Women don't rule men. So here you can say what you want. None of your comments will be deleted. They all will be respected. Because I listen to bitches too. I just don't do what bitches say, try and tell me what to do. I don't do what you say do. And you don't really say too much. You try and tell. Because you a bitch. So all you do is tell. And the people cried unto Moses. And when Moses prayed unto the Almighty, the fire was quenched. So when my forefather prayed on the behalf of you wicked ass niggas, all you did was cry, still. But my father, the greatest father of all, he heard my forefather Moses. And because of him, he put the fire out from off of your ass. And let's see what you did. Verse 3. And he called the name of that place Taberah, because the fire of the Almighty burnt among them. 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. So mixed multitude, we don't have to assume. We can just look at this if this is for you, because he shows it to you. That was Gentiles, strangers, all the people who were not Israel naturally, are pure Israel. Your father may have been an Israelite, but your mother was a fucking heathen. Although you still are of your father's seed, your flesh has been tainted with, because my father's seed can never be tainted with. His seed is pure and holy. You can never fuck off his seed, demon. But your flesh is tainted, and your flesh affects the way that you think. That's why we're not supposed to mix our seed or place our seed in foul ground. We're not supposed to be walking on foul ground. Everything we do is supposed to be hollow, because he hollowed it that way. But let's get into it some more and see why it's not like that. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. That's why you ain't supposed to be around nobody else. Because what they come from is this. And the children of Israel also wept again. So there's a distinction between a few things. It's saying that it's different creatures. It's Israel, his chosen seed, the holy seed of the Most High Creator himself, and the mixed multitude. Also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? Now, as we read, if you've been reading a little bit about this, because I haven't read through the whole book. I'm not going to be somebody to sit here and say, I know everything that's in that book. But I will share with you this. I do know what's in this book. That's how when I see this book, when I read what's in this book, it unfolds, it deciphers itself unto me, because I am this book. I am the living book. This is refreshing my memory. All of my memories. For most of you, it does not. But for the ones who this is for, it refreshes your memories. Most of you just read out the book and you try to follow and keep up. That's good, because you should. Because my Father will deliver the mixed multitude if you are strong enough to receive our laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't have to be like your daddy Satan, because your daddy still come from my father. His father is my father. He just chose to be a bitch. You don't have to choose to be a bitch. Although it may be harder for you because your daddy is a bitch, you don't have to be like your daddy. That's why my father didn't put one man in front of me. He put many men. Because there was not one man, although I respect all the men who ever lifted a finger to help me. because they helped make me who I am today. And he had me grow up this way just for that exact purpose. That is a special talent that's gained from this. For one, who has a very special task to do. And that one you are witnessing today. Am I the only one? I hope not. But I know what I have to do as this one. And may this testimony help you find out what you have to do as that one. But if you listen, I keep saying one. Not one in a selfish manner, but one being one with the Most High, creator of life itself, which is himself. So this is my offering unto my Father, to bear my soul unto the world. If you don't get that by now. And Israel wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? That sounds like niggas complaining. So if this is the book of Numbers, this is after that they had left Egypt. After my forefather Moses, through the Most High, only delivered his people. So it was the Most High who delivered his people. Moses was put in charge. So it's never a man that can deliver us by himself. So you niggas better stop praising and worshiping man, or keep doing what you doing. Go ahead. But for the righteous of us, we gonna stop doing it when we hear this word. It ain't gonna take no convincing. I'm not here to convince you. I am here to warn you. I am here to show you. I am here to testify unto my Father's glory, from where he has taken me from and what he has brought me to. 5. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely. That sound like some stupid ass niggas. Catfish. And I used to love catfish. But I always knew it was dirty. Just looking at the meat, sometimes be all dark at the bottom, because I seen the difference between a clean fish. They look different. Even in the face. Catfish look ugly than a motherfucker. It look like it be on the bottom of somewhere eating some shit. But did I appreciate to have something to eat? Yes, I did. But did my spirit know that it was filthy? Yes, it did. Did it take me a while to actually admit it? Yes, it did. And to deal with it? Yes, it did. So does it take us a while to deal with these things that we have accumulated over this vast amount of time? Yes, it does. But my Father is everywhere at all times. So he does not have to come down to your level. He is already there. No, he is not Lord. He is the Most High. So he's already everywhere at all the time. So there's no reason for him to come down. Wherever you are, he's there. So he knows our tribulations. So he says all we have to do is start working on it. He put us through this. Satan ain't got no fucking power to do shit. You don't take power to be a bitch. All you gotta do is look at yourself, nigga. You don't got no fucking power. You ain't got no heavenly power. Ain't no power in your fuckery. That's why you can't fuck with me. He is the only one with power. And whom he gives it to is whom he gives it to. And he has given it unto his children, but his children keep rejecting it with shit like this. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. That sounds like niggas being ungrateful. Not just remembering what you did eat, you saying we don't have it now. Why don't we have that now? He just took you from your oppressor. But see, I understand what my father is showing me and what we're dealing with here. We are all dealing with addictions to a filthy spirit. So we are all drunk off of many different things. We are all high, which we're not high. That feeling that we think is high is actually low. So we are all low on spirit. Our fucking tanks are almost gone. Empty. And this is the last call for the roundup. For his roundup. Because it's going to be 2 roundups. It's a roundup, and they all from him. But it's a roundup to go unto my father. And then it's a roundup for you niggas to get lifted up. And then your bitch ass thrown back to hell. What your daddy say. Choose wisely. But now our soul is dried away. See? There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. So because you don't have what you used to, and he's giving you something different, like me right now. You used to dog shit. You used to your pastor and all these other fucking Israelite niggas. And I'm gonna call them Israelite niggas because these niggas was always wicked. As far as I read. As far as I can see. Most of you niggas was always wicked. Most of you niggas gonna maintain and continue to be wicked until your ass is put to death. There's always only been a few, a pocket. That's why he only saved a few. It's only been a pocket of righteousness. Although righteousness governs everything. My father is the few, but he is the many. It's only one of him, but he is everything. Hallelujah. So because we are addicted, when you take an addiction away from an addict, when you take that thing that they're addicted to, 9 times out of 10, that addict is going to hate you. Not really hate you, but all it can see is what it's addicted to, and you're taking what it thinks it needs to thrive, to live, away from it, even though it's been fucking it off. So it's going to lash out at you. That demon is going to lash out at you. So a lot of you demons are going to lash out at me. So you think. But I know it's not you. I know it's the demon. And like I said, and will continue to say, demons have no power over me anymore. So come, demon. Get your lashing. Because that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get your ass lashed. Now, since this is my first, I didn't say that before, did I? That this is my first time doing a video like this. I don't have anything set up, any format, because I speak with the Spirit, so I don't need to. I let the Spirit guide me, but I pay attention to the Spirit so that I know what spirit I'm dealing with. And I get the final say over that. That's the power my Father has given me. This is Proverbs. Gonna jump somewhere real quick. Proverbs 4. This is not where I was going to, but this is where I'm being led. Proverbs 4:1. Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. That's what you hear today. You don't hear a daddy speaking. Son, what am I?
A father.
What am I, son?
A father.
Whose father am I?
The Almighty's.
No, I'm not the Almighty's father. Whose father am I?
Our father.
Your father?
Yes.
Who are you? Who are you to me?
Your son.
And I am your who?
My father.
Am I your daddy?
No.
Am I your dad?
No.
What am I?
A father.
Hallelujah. It's my son. The young Eon. Now you ain't gotta let them see you yet. They'll see you one day. They just seen your strength already. They heard that power when you spoke. So, and you see, I didn't give you a name either, because I don't have one. I am called by something, who I am, but I don't have a name any longer. And when you start coming into this, things are going to come directly to you and try to attack you. Oh, this is where we at. But we're going to go to Proverbs 3:25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. This is what we're dealing with right now. Sudden fear is about to hit all of you. And it hit me before this happened. And I was warned about the coming of this. So now I'm warning of you. I'm warning you that it's about to get much darker, because my Father has showed me. 26. For the Almighty shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Wow. It's the only thing that's going to keep you, not just through this little fucking COVID, and it ain't really little. I don't belittle anything my Father does, but it's little on the scale of what's coming. This is your awakening time for you to get ready and stop being so fucking haughty and arrogant and ungrateful. And judgmental when you a shithead. You can't judge anything. You look like shit. Most of you people I see, you look like shit. And the way you look is a reflection on what you look like on the inside. Three and 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Almighty, neither be weary of his correction. So when this thing happened to me, I didn't despise it. Why is this happening? I question. Why is this happening to me? What have I done? I'm the most. I know I'm fucking up, but I don't see nobody better than me. I don't see anybody out here treating people better than how I treat people. And I mean it. Because he was getting my attention. And he knew that he was the only one that would be able to speak to me and that I would respect it, because most of you are not respectable. There's some good things about a lot of people, but for the most part, most of you are not respectable. And you have never been. But as addicts, me was addicted to something myself, or being addicted to things. I don't want to call you an addict, because we are not addicts. We are his holy children who have become accustomed and become addicted to things that he didn't give us, to things that we knew not, from something that we knew not, all for our downfall, because they couldn't live up to my Father's standards. So they've taught us not to live up to our Father's standards. For whom the Almighty respecteth, he correcteth, even as a father the Son, in whom he delighteth. What'd he say? I'm gonna read it the way it said in the book for you, the way you see it. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the Son, in whom he delighteth. That's what it says to you, but I'm going to show you what it says to me. Again. For whom the Almighty respecteth, he correcteth. Meaning who he cares for, he correcteth you. Even as a father the Son, in whom he delighteth. So I just got through chastising my son. My father's always been chastising me, and I thought I was cursed. But he chastised me because he cared for me deeply, and he was always trying to say to me that you are not like them. Exactly what the word holy means. Set apart. That means you are not like them. Why are you still trying to be like them? And I keep showing you that you're not like them. None of that shit works out for you. Yes, you make it look better and you do it better. But it work out for them, but it don't work out for you. And you know you doing wrong. Them niggas just think they doing them. But you know it's wrong. Because it's not for you. So I don't despise his chastening anymore. I accept all of it. For it is a blessing unto me. And it can always be worse. What I've learned even before my father came unto me. In the form in which I recognize him. Because he's always been with me. Keeping me from stupid shit that I was doing. From it not being worse than it could have been. So right now you need to pay attention. If things are happening to you and he's taking away things and people away from your life, it may be because you are being called. Because the wicked niggas gonna continue to have things for a moment. But if you like me, you struggle to get everything, and not because you was a dummy. It's just because everybody else made it hard for you because you did things so well. And you never threw it in anybody else's face. You always tried to make others happy. And tried to keep them in gladness around you, high spirits, no matter what you was doing. Even in your wickedness. It's because you were never wicked. You were just doing wicked things that you had been taught. And some of these things we became addicted to. But it doesn't make us an addict. We were just addicted to some things and didn't have enough examples to show us that these things were not prosperous for us. But in this day, he sends examples. Because it is that time. Everything has a time and a place. Everything has to come to pass. And that pass has come to pass. It has come to now. And those things that are of naught shall be naught. So if you're being stripped of some things, you might want to consider it a blessing. If this is of you, you better consider it a blessing. And sit your ass down. COVID, what they call COVID-19, the coronavirus, the sun virus. This is the virus of the wicked. And it was brought forth to sit your ass down so that you may learn patience, so that you may learn some humility and stop being so fucking ungrateful as our forefathers here in Numbers in this time as they were speaking. And I know I'm moving, but what I was looking for is about the lashes that you niggas who not paying attention go receive. And it's in Proverbs 10 verse 13. In the lips of him that have understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. So the only thing that I can do well for you, if you don't understand what I'm saying, is beat your motherfucking ass with a rod. That's the only thing most of you niggas understand. That's why the police beat your fucking ass. That's why they've been beating our fucking ass, the taskmasters, from damn near since the beginning. Shortly after the beginning. Because we have not listened to anything that's going on around us, and we say we know everything. And the only time you listen, I think I started off with this in the early part, is when you get your ass beat. Because you think when somebody speaks kindly, softly, and not soft like, that shit ain't really soft, that shit is irritating. But I'm speaking soft into you right now, caringly. You think that's coward nowadays. Because I'm thinking and not just reacting. You are a reactor and I'm thinking. I always thought, but I didn't think enough. Now I think more, and still I have to watch these thoughts, because the multitudes of your thoughts, man, that is a task to keep in line. Most of us don't have the capacity, the strength to really govern these things. But for those of us who do, we just don't know how. Maybe this testimony will help you. For my father has helped me, and I've watched him. I've let everybody be an example unto me. I've taken good from all that I could, and discarded the worst, and some of the worst I took. But in that mind, I thought it was the best at that time. But we can't offer our Father burnt offerings. You can't turn wicked righteousness. You can't bring forth righteousness from wickedness, as I used to think. I could do this and then one day, yeah, I can. That shit don't work. Never works out. Seen it too many times to get understanding and see that that doesn't work. Now we're back to Numbers chapter 11 and 6. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. That's what most of us say when you take away what we're addicted to. But I understand that we are addicted, and you're not going to scare me away from delivering my Father's words. So as I've left comments on other people's pages and platforms, and these niggas have deleted my comments, not wanting to take reproof, not wanting to receive correction, I'm not going to do that here. You can say the most ugliest thing that you can think of, and it doesn't bother me one bit. I know you need to get that shit out. So here you can come and get it out. Because it's going to be a fight to help you. It's a fight to get this testimony out. Because something in me don't want it to come out. But I've been fighting this fight for a long time. But this part of the fight, my Father has emboldened me with zeal and courage. Courageousness. to where when that little shit talk, nigga, shut the fuck up. It ain't stopping nothing. And if this is for you, you gonna receive what it is that my Father is giving to you through me. No, you don't have to come through me to get to him. But there's all, we ain't gonna dip. Yeah, I'll touch that for 1 second. I understand when that was said also. I'm not gonna let a bitch nigga just come run up on my Father. So in that aspect, you do have to come through me to get to my Father. When I'm standing watch, when I'm standing guard, that means I watch over his flock, my brothers and sisters, myself, because that's what I was created to do. But if you are seeking the knowledge and power of my Father through his law, statutes, and commandments, I can't stop you from getting to my Father, and why would I? But as one of his royal guards, yeah, you do have to come through me. As me seeing what he's done for me and what he's showing me, you do have to come through me. That means you have to come and sit with me and learn. This is how he made it. That we have to come and sit with each other and learn and humble ourselves enough so that we can hear the correction. Because you may not see these as the way I see them, but guess what? I still have to sit with you as a child and listen to you. Or how else will I be able to help you? Or how else can me and you hold what we call a dialogue? How can we grow together if I'm not able to listen to you? How do I know how to speak with you? Or how do you know how to speak with me? If I don't know how to humble myself and be a child that I was created to be, I will always be a child. When I'm 3,700 years old, I will be a child. And the moment you stop thinking that, my brother, his grandmother gave this to him, and I like saying it because it's the absolute truth. And when it was said, I understood it immediately. When you're grown, you're dead. So some things I'm going to break down to you, but some things I'm not going to break down to you, because nobody broke them down to me. Some things they did, but my Father led me to it. I didn't have anybody sitting me down and showing me what this is. I humbled myself and I listened. And then I went over what was being given to me. So that I can make sure I was getting the proper edification from it, and if they were delivering it right. And not saying that some are delivering it, everybody's delivering it wrong. But everybody is not at the same depths and the same heights. All at the same time and sometimes never. So I'm learning to be like my Father at all places, at all times. So wherever you are, I'm learning how to hear you. I have to if I want to heal myself. Because you are nothing but everything of another part of me. And if I want to be in control of myself, if I want to learn about all there is to know about me, I have to learn about you. You have to learn about me. Not vice versa. This is just the way it is. It's called a connection. Besides this manna before our eyes. So they were unhappy with the manna that the Most High gave them because they couldn't eat their catfish and pig toes and chitlins and sea ticks, crabs and lobsters that we think is expensive shit, delicatessens. but really are more fucking filthy creatures that eat off the bottom of the floor. The shit that falls from the top. They eat that. They're filter feeders. We're not supposed to eat the creatures that eat shit. We all are filter feeders in some way, but we're not supposed to eat at the bottom. Those are not for us to eat. So again, when you take these things away, people are going to lash out. But it's not them. It's the spirit that has been placed upon you and I. And the verse 7. And the manna was as coriander. As coriander. Seed. And the color thereof as the color of bdellium. I don't know what color that is. Maybe we can look that up, but I don't know what color that is. But I have some coriander, and I love the way it smells. I love the way it, excuse me, I don't really use that word, but that's an old habit. See, things that we're addicted to. So you're going to hear me say some things that I used to say, but I'm working on not saying those things, because I know that these things have different meanings other than what we were taught that they mean. So my intentions, our intentions in this day, they're not going with the Most High. Right now, all that shit is shut down. I'm letting you know. Either we start getting it right, or you get death. That's his message. Either you start getting it right, or you get death. You get out of here. Nothing else will be tolerated. Only holiness shall live. So, and the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. Oh my. That sounds so well.
Sounds sweet.
Sometimes you can put some fresh oil on the bread. Matter of fact, they all right. They ain't bothering me. This a family. Family make noise. They ain't quiet. And most of the time, they ain't never quiet. So when they are quiet, you appreciate it. Now, don't come down here making all type of noise, though. But you ain't did anything wrong. That means get on. I'll introduce y'all. Maybe I will introduce you in a minute. Because this is what this is about. This is about family. This is not about me getting up here and trying to say, man, I'm the one you better listen to. No, you better listen to my Father. And if you hear my Father within me, then this is for you. If you don't, then you don't. This is for you anyway. What you only gonna do and be what you can be. Verse 9. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. So something came from heaven. So even if you were addicted to filet mignons and somebody took you from it, but you seen food falling from heaven for you to eat, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? I still know you was addicted, and we are addicted to things. But you saw the signs from the Most High himself, and you turned your nose up at the Most High, creator of life, himself. The fuck is wrong with you people? That's because most of you was the mixed multitude. You was black ass Caucasians. You was Caucasians in dark chocolate skin. In bronze skin. In copper skin tone. Like today. Most of you niggas are not my family. You're fucking heathens. Our flesh has been infiltrated. You cannot infiltrate my father's seed. But our flesh has been infiltrated. So a lot of the people you think that are your family and brothers and sisters, they are not your brothers and sisters. They are goddamn demons. You may have came out the demons we call jungle business. You call it penis. We call it Congo business. You call it vaginas. You may came out of the penis and the vagina, the jungle and the Congo. But that is not your father. That is not your mother. Are you supposed to respect them as your father and your mother? Yes, because you came through them. So in this earthly realm, that is your father and that is your mother. And it's the reason why you came through them. That is to learn something. To learn a lot of somethings. Either how to be or how not to be. He had you grow up that way. He had us grow up this way for a reason. Everything he has ever done has been a lesson, not to punish us. Even his punishments, we just read it over in Proverbs. They were for lessons. Proverbs 8:14. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me, 15. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. 16. By me princes rule, and nobles even all the judges of the earth. I respect them, 17, that respect me, and those that seek me early shall find me. 18. Riches and honor are with me. Yeah, durable riches and righteousness. He said riches, nigga, that you ain't gonna find nowhere else. Real riches. Not the shit you cleaving on to, that we've been cleaving on to. My fruit, 19, is better than gold. Yeah, than fine gold. And my revenue than choosier silver. That means, you know, these things, these things yeah, they look nice and I like these things, but these aren't the things that I cleave unto. They never made me. I got certain things. Matter of fact, everything I get because it's a reflection of me on how I feel about me on the inside. But it didn't make me flossy or finer or look better. But these things did make me feel better in the world that I was living in, because this is what I seen about myself, but I didn't know how to bring out, so that you may see them and see what I really felt like, although I tried to say it to people. Didn't have the words in. That's why he said to me, your words they're not enough, son. And then he fed me this book, as he did my brother, my father, one of my forefathers, Ezekiel. He said, take of this roll, put it in thy mouth, and eat. So I could have ate death or this roll. I chose this role. And this is the best role I ever had in my life. Oh, let's go with 20 in Proverbs. Still chapter 8, verse 20. I lead in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of judgment. See? I'm not going by a script. My Father's leading me. And where he leads, I pay attention to see if it's him or if it's somebody trying to take me off the path that I'm going in. When I pay attention, then I can choose the path that is set before me, because we are on a quest here. And there's only two options. No matter what you think, it's only two options. Either choose wisely or choose foolishly. Either choose truth or choose a lie. Either choose life or choose death. Same two options. Say it different ways, but it's only the two options. You trying to stay in the middle, that's death. You in limbo. Because you ain't have enough courage at least to make one of those choices. So I respect a wicked ass nigga who chose to be wicked more than a wicked ass nigga who try to act like he's righteous. Oh, and that goes over here. I just was right there. Proverbs 11, verse 9. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbors. I've been battling this my whole life. Around nothing but hypocrites. Niggas mad at me because I spoke the truth even in my wickedness. Yes, I lied, but I ain't have to lie to you niggas. But through knowledge shall the just be delivered. It's your only deliverance. Because knowledge should not lead you to wickedness. Excuse me, but if you wicked, you shall use knowledge for wicked deeds. But if you righteous, when you start getting knowledge, when you know better, you do better. Automatically. You can be doing the best thing you ever felt in your life. But when that knowledge hits you, it might make you mad and everything. But you're going to be like, damn, I can't do that no more. Fuck. And you're going to start working on it. Because that's what happened to me, always. Some things it took longer to get rid of. So you seen his blessings fall from the sky, and you denied him, and you said, fuck you, daddy. I want this fucking manna. What is this shit? I want my hog mogs and chitlins and chicken feet. And they was treating you like shit in Egypt, just like America treating you right now. Just like this world is treating you right now like shit. But you would rather keep up with this shit than separate yourself. But I understand the fear. That's why he said, what did he just read that? When did I just read that? Oh, right here. Proverbs 3 and 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. So a lot of you niggas is dying. Good riddance. A lot of you so-called black niggas, a lot of you so-called white niggas, a lot of you so-called Arab, Indian, whatever the fuck you call yourself. A lot of you niggas is dying. I am so glad. And I am not afraid of the fear that you are trying to instill in me with your terrorist tactics. Trying to call people who are snapping out of your matrix, your tricks, terrorists, when everything you do is about terror. The only way people participate in the politics and the everyday goings of your world, Satan, is through your terror tactics. You don't give people a choice. You put the rod on them. That's why niggas only listen when you put the rod on them. So-called white niggas, blue niggas, whatever the fuck kind of nigga you are, they only listen when you put the rod on them. That's why his word has to come down like the rod that it is. Because you niggas is gonna say this. But our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. Numbers chapter 11 verse 6. Because you're ungrateful. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the... What did they do? Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in his door of his tent, crying like a little bitch. At least you have something to eat. And you are far away right now from oppression. You seen my father do all those wonderful works. You wouldn't even think that he got something better for you? Yeah, I know you miss that shit because that's the shit that you've been used to eating. And you thought it was good. Some of it actually tastes good. Why do you think it's so hard to get rid of filthy shit? Because a lot of the filthiest things feel the best. Being sneaky it's not a good feeling, but it feels good on certain things. Doing things that you ain't supposed to do and you think, or you can do, but you're doing it where you ain't supposed to do and ain't nobody supposed to see and you think you're doing something. Some of these things feel good. Don't play. Not in a righteous manner. But it's some unrighteous things that feel good to the flesh. The flesh feels differently than the spirit. The flesh deals with the physical. And when the physical feel good, it can make your mind feel good because your mind interprets the feeling that you get from when you touch something. That's where the power of discernment comes in that most of us don't have. Or that we have somewhere in us, but it hasn't been built up. Because we've all been taught wickedness for the most part. Even the ones who try to teach us righteousness. They were filled with all the filth too. So I no longer hate the ones who came before us who was dealing with their afflictions. Because I understand now. But the ones of you who just act like you just don't get it, it's because you just don't want to. And I hate you niggas with a righteous hatred now. Not hate you because I love you. Not hate you because I'm jealous of you. But I hate you niggas because you're trying to kill me. Excuse me, not kill me. You're trying to murder me and my family. And everything my father created. You niggas have us living in this fucked up world. And I don't blame you. You just a fucked up spirit. But it's those of us who say that we are righteous and we ain't really been standing up to be righteous. To figure out what righteousness is. And how do we get to it? So men crying in their tents, same as today. All I see is niggas crying. And niggas dying. But nobody standing up as men and saying, no, we ain't having this shit no more. Fuck all of this shit. This shit just ain't adding up. And the anger of the Almighty was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. And Moses said unto the Almighty, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? He like, man, why you do this shit to me? Father, if you care for me, why have you put this on me? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight? He like, what the fuck have I done wrong to deserve this? And I can say what this is, but I'm going to keep reading. That thou layest the burden of all this people upon me. So I've been like that my whole life. I seen that I was the one that was supposed to help. I was like, how the fuck can I help these niggas? I try to help. And at every time, for the most part, it was always denied. But I understand what my forefather Moses was feeling, because I've been feeling like that my whole life. I've dealt with that. And when I say feel, I mean I've dealt with that my whole entire life. And I always thought that you should be able to think for yourself. And a lot of people I thought could see what it was that I was seeing when I explained it to them, but they could not see it. Even when I explained it so simple, because I'm one of the simplest people you'll ever meet. I'm very slow. It means I take my time, even when I move fast. And I've done things too fast. I'm not saying I did everything perfect, but in a way I did. Because I was created in perfectness, so I was born to make mistakes. That's a part of what we call the learning curve. It's how you learn. See, we were made in perfection. That's what a lot of you don't want to get through your head, because then you have to start being perfect. So you want to keep saying, he didn't make us perfect. No, you shut the fuck up. If you are his child, he made you perfect. Whether you want to live up to that perfection or not, that's on you. Be a man, be a woman, admit it. I don't have what it takes to do it. I don't want to do it. Claim it. Own your weakness. He'll have more respect for you then. But stop fucking around and spreading that dog shit to everybody else. Being a wrong example. And persuading others to follow suit, instead of helping them become thinkers, so that they may be able to make a proper and full choice for themselves. Not just for your children's sake, but for your sake. I don't just do things for my children, I do it for me. If I am not fulfilled, if I don't know what I'm doing, I can't teach my children shit. They can learn from me, but I ain't really teaching them anything of righteousness, because I'm not getting my house in order. Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them, that thou shouldst say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. You're like, man, am I their fathers? Actually, Moses, yes, you are. See, Moses was crying like a little bitch too, because he seen the Most High himself. And if the Most High comes to you and he puts you in charge, what he's saying, even if you don't see it in yourself, he's saying, I put you in charge because you can handle it. So if I put you in this position, that means I'm saying to you, without even saying you can handle it, I'm saying you can handle it. That's what a father does. He don't have to explain everything. If you just pay attention, sit your ass down, Kendrick Lamar, and be humble, the answers will come unto you. But you can't sit the fuck down and receive the instruction. Proverbs 3 and 11. Again, my son, despiseth not the chastening of the Almighty, neither be weary of his correction. Sit your ass the fuck down and be humble, little bitch. 12. For whom the Almighty respecteth, he correcteth, even as a father the son. What? Even as a father the son. He says just like the father is speaking unto his son. And where his son's in here, it's automatically talking about daughters too. So for you little weak ass females, yes, it's a difference between me and you. But I'm showing you how a father deals with things. He don't have to say the father and the daughter. Because without the son, it ain't no fucking daughters. You were created from the rib. He made me. As far as our kind, he made his son first. And then made you from the son. So you are a part of me. But the only way you get to be me is if you come back to me. Me being the head. Because your head is full of shit. All the time. And you ain't used to no nigga, no man putting your dumb ass in your place. Well, I'm going to let your ass know, bitch, sit the fuck down and be humble. And if you don't like this message, this word, then you keep living that filthy ass life you living. But you ain't going to be saying shit over here and think it's going to be regarded with some respect. When you learn how to be humble, then you receive respect. The one that you are actually thirsting for. But the respect you're going to get is the bitch sit the fuck down and get in your place. Then when you get in your place, then you're going to hear a whole different tone. You're going to hear something totally different. You're going to hear, excuse me, wee fake. Excuse me, woman. Excuse me, mother. How are you? Can I do something for you? Can you go get me this over here? But your shithole of a mouth ain't gonna be tolerated. No more. Not in this earth, period. In no realms. Matter of fact, where is it? I just read that. Oh, let's go back here. Let's go back here. Because we talking about, we are speaking about ungratefulness and humility. Proverbs 11 and 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall. Why are you females out here acting like stupid plastic head ass bitches? Wearing shredded glad bags on your fucking head and tarantulas on your goddamn eyes, glued to your fucking faces. Every last one of y'all look the same, sad as fuck. Fucking up the whole family. Although it's somebody that's more at fault than you. But bitch, I'm saying you got a part to play. And you out here talking about how smart you are. And how you better than niggas. And how you better than men. A man can't tell me. Bitch, that's why your life is fucked up. And you raising your sons to be bitches too. Not raising them, excuse me. Because you can't raise a man at all. Never. My mama couldn't do it. Your mama can't do it. Your grandmama can't do it. All you have done is brought a man down when he has not stood in his place. You have not held him up to no high regards. That's why you have been in this shithole forever. Bitch. So where no counsel is, this is your counsel. The people fall, and we have all fallen to a lower state. That's why I'm surrounded by nothing but a big ass bunch of bitch boys. Mama's boys, bitch boys. You hate the father, you hate the daddy. How you gonna love the son or care for the son or the daughter if you can't stand they father? Bitch, that mean you hate the children. That's why none of you raggedy assholes standing your ass up fighting for none of the children that's getting murdered. But you love the children more than me. When I put my life on the line every day for my whole entire family. I'm fighting police and every nigga that come my way trying to fuck with my family. Because this is my life. I have not seen any of you done anything of the sorts. That fucking protesting, that ain't shit. That's a complaint box, bitch. Just like at your job, put it in the box. And they might hear you out, because if they give you one little thing, you're going to shut the fuck up and do what master tell you, and you're going to sit your lazy ass down back in that fucking office chair in your cubicle and think that you something. And he got us niggas sitting in the fucking cubicles too. Are you niggas under the thumb of those bitches? And you can't even raise up and be a man, or they gonna fire you, and you scared to death of that sudden fear creeping up on your ass. 3 and 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear. So this is your empowerment, so-called black man. This is your empowerment, so-called black woman, to raise about that fallen bitch estate. This is your counsel. To console you. Because I heareth your soul, and your soul is crying out aloud with that bitch shit so much that my father is ready to destroy this place. That Moses, even seeing the power of the Most High, didn't want to deal with you weak ass niggas. Because all of you are sorry. Same as today. Except I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to take my charge because I learned from my father Moses. I learned from my father Isaiah. I'm learning from all my fathers and even the mothers in here. Even the ones who was out of place. Because some of you look at these women in here like they was righteous, but a lot of these females, they was the same as you. And one or two of them that the ones I keep reading about that did stand up, nigga, that should make you feel bad that woman had to stand up. Should make you feel bad that she had to stand up, because that's what she's supposed to do. But that she was the strongest thing around, you niggas should, boy. Because I don't want no weak ass females around me, no bitches around me. I ain't never liked bitches. But in my lust, I wanted something from them, but I ain't never want to be around them. And I thought that maybe if this bitch was around me, she would rub off. I would rub off on her. And when I say bitch, I'm talking about male and female. So-called man and so-called woman. Bitch don't discriminate. Bitch is bitch. But for most of the niggas, it didn't rub off. The man in me didn't rub off on them. They just kept trying to pull me deeper in they bitch. And got mad that I didn't want to go in they bitch hole. If you watch bitches get mad when you don't want to go in they hole. They be like, huh? What's wrong with this nigga? He don't want my filthy sewer hole? No, I want that rat infested ass fucking New York City manhole trap. That sludge. I don't want that shit. So where no counsel is, the people fall, and we have failed to the lowest degree. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. So when it's more men, you then get more womans. When it's more man, you get more womans. And when you have more man and womans, you have healthy children. You have healthy sons and daughters who grow up to be, who are being raised now to a highest estate through our laws, statutes, and commandments that were left here for us, and they were put somewhere else. A lot of you niggas don't like to admit it because that's the bitch in you. But he said, for those who can't find it there, I'm going to put it in the book so you can have it there when it's time for the awakening. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. That means you wouldn't have to be worried about our children being murdered. My baby Jantuanetta. Who the fuck is Jantuanetta? She was just a poor little girl. She ain't bother nobody. Yeah, but you bothered her. Because your shit came back and killed her. Your shit killed Trayvon Martin. Orlando Castiel. Your shit killed him. Your shit has been killing us. And my father Adam was not man enough. I understand that they were young, which people don't understand. They were fresh upon the earth. So they were young. But it's been in me since I was young. I ain't never like a woman to tell me shit. You can ask me something, but you don't tell me what the fuck to do, bitch. And I don't look like I'm afraid, do I? And if you a bitch nigga trying to come to a bitch rescue, bitch, you gonna get burnt in a fucking burning building. Cause you more bitch than her. And you ain't got the manhood in you enough to stand up and deal with your house and put it in order properly. That's why you shall be taken out of here. You on your way out, nigga. So either you adhere to this counsel that my father has delivered here unto you, or you get your ass taken away. Because where there's no counsel, the whole society is gone. All your governments and all these counselors and all these, you go to court, and shit I'm going through for standing up for this truth. Which is my truth. Not the truth I made up, the truth that I was created from. My Father's laws, statutes, and commandments. His Holy Spirit created them. Just like he created himself. And I was created with that same spirit. Though he is greater than me, I strive to be like my Father. I strive to surpass my Father, but not replacing him. Though it may never happen, and I'm going to live my life to be better. And if you understand this, then you understand. If you do not, then you do not. For he will always be greater than I, for he is my Father. Let's go to 16. Proverbs 11 and 16. A gracious woman retaineth honor, and strong men retain riches. If you ain't a strong man, you will never have a woman, and you will never receive riches, because that bitch will rob you for everything you have. And you niggas have been robbed for everything you have. I've been robbed too before. Nigga, that's how I know it's robbery, and I don't like the way it feels. I had a little bitch rob me of my first son. And has done nothing but fuck him off. And I have respect for her family and gave her more respect than she deserved. But when it came down to it, the family didn't put my son where he should have been. But I understand that they are addicts too. And he was really not the man in his household. We think by working jobs and this paying the bills, we think that this makes our manhood. When really, when you persuaded by the whisper of a woman in the ear, nigga, that's not a man. I will always show you and say to you that children belong with their father. A woman belongs with a man. And if you're not ready to be with a man, you don't have any business with children. Bottom line. That man's children, that man's children, you have no business with them. It would be more virtuous for you. That's in man, see the spirit. Watch this. What? It's in Ecclesiastes, or I think Ecclesiasticus. I think it's in. Watch this. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking for. Oh, this is for you, you thieving ass bitches, stealing men's seeds, luring them in your shitholes to put that seed in unfertilized ground, uncultivated soil. Set Ecclesiasticus chapter 5, verse 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Almighty will surely revenge. It says pride there, but I know that that's not what pride is. Thy vanity. And this was, I thought it was going to say something else, but that said exactly what I'm saying also. It's another script where he says, set not thy heart upon, oh, here it go right here. Ecclesiasticus 5 and 8. Set not thy heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. Your children have not profited you one bit. You, boys, moms, get your asses on. Get your ass on. Now you go back upstairs. What did I just say? Go upstairs. Take that with you. Go upstairs. That way you can run around and do your thing. Don't come down here with that. You out here stealing children. And then you selling them off to your master. So he can fuck them off even more. And you think you doing good. And the whole world is fucked off. People try to say a man run the world. No, women have been running the world for a long time if you have ran it into the fucking pits of hell. Bitch. You and your bitch ass boyfriend, the so-called Caucasian white man. You keep fucking off the seed after seed after seed after seed after line after line after line. But it's somebody still at more fault than you. And that is me. Because I allow you to do it. But no longer. So this is what I've had to do. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and 17. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly, of the unfatherly, is fire and worms. That's your reward, bitch. And remember, talking to you, nigga. I ain't just talking to her. I'm really more talking to you, but I'm speaking to her on this subject. Because she don't get put in her fucking place. Because it ain't no man enough to put her in her place. All you niggas ashamed and scared of your oppressor. But you don't fear my father. Like them niggas crying that manna was coming down from heaven, but they ain't had a catfish. So I've had to humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the unfatherly is fire and worms. Oh, what did I just have to do to my sons? 7 and 23. Hast thou children? Do you have children? You can use it. Actually, that one was feeling good on me. How you gonna get it? Hast thou children? Do you have children? Or do you have kids? You know, you can just unplug it and then take the top off. Just go over here, unplug it, take the top off, take the top off, turn it off, and then you can take the top off the stand and then hand it to her. And then you can bring the stand over. Hast thou children? This is what he say to do if you have children. But most of you have kids. And your kids dumb as fuck because you dumb as fuck. Not because they were created that way, because you fucking them off. Instruct them. No, spoil them. Go buy them a PlayStation. When they fucking up. Hast thou children? Instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. What that mean, bow down their neck from their youth? That mean teach them how to be humble. That don't mean abuse your power and just abuse them, but that means give them what they need when it is necessary. When they need a hug, give them a hug. But when they don't need a hug and they need this, put this on that ass. And you bitches are dumbass children. You need this on your motherfucking ass. But when you need this on your motherfucking ass, that should be there. When you need a kind word, it should be on your ass. But you expect kind words and you just fucking up. Bitch, you don't get no kind words here. And actually, these words are kind. It's saying to your kind, you need to straighten the fuck up right now. Because you fucking up everything. If you more intelligent than everybody else, you and your master's degree. Look how stupid you are. You don't even pay attention. Your master's degree. Who did you get your degree from? (24) Hast thou daughters? Have care of their body. Most of your daughters' bodies look like shit. When I was growing up just a little while ago. I'm still growing up now, but when I was in my teens, 20s, early 20s, it start fading. But in my teens, girls were still clean. It took you a while to lay down with them. Now I can't really, I don't have a lot of 12-year-olds and 11-year-olds at my house, but I got a couple around that age. They all younger than that. But as I'm seeing all the ones walking up and down the street, man, they look fucking horrible. Their bodies are shot. At 11, her body is shot. They got weaves in their head and shit at 11 and 12. Nine and 6, plastic braids all in their shit. Walking around flipping some fucking garbage bags in their head. Being sassy and haughty like they filthy ass mom. Because you ain't a mother. Hast thou daughters? Have care of their body. And I'm going to show you, only a man can care for his daughter's body. For his daughter or his daughter's bodies in the true respect and care in which it needs. Because you, so-called woman, without a mind, you're filthy. You think because you get in the shower every day, if you still do, that makes you clean? You're filthy. All the baths can't wash away all the niggas you didn't lay down with. And I know because I was laying down with a lot of you. In your filth. Me being filthy. So as I'm chastising, everything I'm saying go to me first. And show not thyself cheerful towards them. What it just, hast thou daughters? Have care of their body. Care don't mean to be a sucker. To let you run me over. To let you run my house and my life and my business down into the ground, which is my family. I'm supposed to protect my family at all costs. And I will. First and foremost from myself. To make sure I'm always doing the right thing. And then from you, because the enemy always comes from within. That's what all this is about. It ain't about no fucking filthy ass white man, so-called. This is about the demons inside of us that we don't want to look at. Daughter, plug that plug in for me. No, yes, that one. No, it's already plugged in. Just plug it in. Don't put it across you if you're sitting there. Put it behind you. Turn it that way. There you go. So this just said, don't kiss your daughter's asses. Don't kiss your woman's asses. Unless you gave a bitch a bath yourself. And that's what you chose to do. But not walking around the house haughty and thinking she runs shit because she wagging her little tail. Fuck your tail. I can get tail anywhere. You can't never get another me. I can always get better than you. Meaning any woman that listens unto me and that's here for me is better than you, bitch. She can be fat as the fucking earth. She listen to me, then that fat is gonna come off her big ass. The fat of her mind is gonna come off. Because she's not rebuking the chastening, the reproofing. She's not pointing fingers and trying to pretend she a man, but then when a man deal with your ass like he'd deal with a man for putting his finger in his face, you bitches cry. But you put your finger in my face, I'm gonna break your motherfucking hand. Same as I do with that nigga. I don't put my hands on you. I don't speak bad words or ill words to you. I speak to you with respect. That's how you shall deal with me. And you niggas better start getting the courage to leave these filthy mouth ass bitches alone. If she don't show you respect from the gate, even if she knows more than you, she should know she needs to shut the fuck up. Because a real woman knows her power, and she knows she can help you by being quiet. A real woman will help you and help guide you if she is more intelligent than you. But most of the time, she ain't gonna want to be with you, and that's no disrespect, because she needs to be challenged. She needs someone that is better than her. So if she's greater than you, everything is kind of lopsided now. But if she really had standards, she wouldn't fuck with you. She'll wait till you start getting your, and I ain't just talking about job, but until you start behaving manly. And she would do anything and give you anything. Everything that is yours. She would do all what she can to help accomplish that. Because she knows that she is highly respected with a man. That she's not going to get any more esteem than being with a real man. That he's never going to belittle her. It's just the bitches around her that's belittling her because they're mad that she's being a woman and them hoes can't be, them, not hoes, them bitches can't be it. Because I respect hoes more than I respect bitches. Because a hoe gonna try to please you. She's still living a filthy life, but she gonna try to please you. A bitch only trying to please herself. So although our Father says you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but she can be cleansed, because I was a hoe. I was a whore. But I have been cleansed. That's what this walk is about. Putting those ways away. But a bitch don't want to put them away. She just want to put you away. 25. Fathers. Not dads. Fathers. Ecclesiasticus 7:25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter. How many men have married their daughters to other men? Not much. Because most of you niggas ain't men. Most of us ain't never had men. Real full men. We've had some men with some manly characteristics, but most of us have never had men. And this ain't saying it to speak bad about the men again that have all helped me. I respect everything that you've ever done for me. But to address the addiction, to address the problem, if we need solutions, you have to address the problem. You have to bring it out so that you may see it on a silver platter and deal with it. Yet I'm placing it on a silver platter, trimmed in gold. And actually, let me take, no, because I can't do that. Because you niggas would just worship the platter. So we're going to keep it on the simple table. So that's what I said earlier. Sometimes I'm going to correct myself. That's called refinement. Because everything that sounds good, although it may be right, it's not appropriate at that time. And this is what we're talking about, correcting ourselves. Not being a hypocrite, but correcting ourselves. Having the strength to do it. To say, I fucked up. Let me correct that. That's honorable. Our Father holds that in high regard. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter. But give her to a man of inner standing. Not a little nigga down the street. Not just any nigga come over with a shiny car. And most of you bitches just like that. You tell your daughters all the time, don't fuck with that little nigga. He ain't got shit. Even though this man got everything she'll need. Because he will fight for her for life. He will protect her for life. And with that type of skill set, with that mindset, they can have the world. But you gonna choose the nigga with a master's degree over the hard-working young brother, the fine young brother. You don't really want him because he won't let your daughter tell him what the fuck to do. Girl, he ain't got no money. He can't tell you nothing. What has he done for me lately? Dun-dun-dun. Stupid bitch. Your whole family fucked up. A man has not done anything for you lately because you have not allowed him to. That's your power. But you have not gotten to it because you have not allowed that power to grow inside you, because you've let every other thing inside you that is foul. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I'm not going to let you rush me or be rushed by time, for my Father says patience. For those of you who do not have the patience to stay in tune, then let your ass fall off. For those of us who fall, who are trying to stay in tune, but we fall, you shall receive a hand. For my Father's hand is still stretched out. Always stretched out for those. But he says, Ecclesiasticus 42:8, be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish, and the extreme age, that contendeth with those that are young. Thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all men living. Though it's not much men living, you shall be approved. When you stand up and do what's right, and not to do it to scorn others, but because it's the right thing to do. Where is it? Constantly. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2:17. They that fear the Almighty will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. See? Humble. This is what we speaking on. Humility and ungratefulness. Oh, I just moved my head. It's right here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Father, and be more ready to hear than to give sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Most of you women are reactors, and you've taught men to be reactors because we haven't stood in our place. We've allowed our place to be taken away from us from so many different addictions, devices. So we know not our place. But he's saying for us and for you, woman, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Father. But you don't like to go to the house of the Father because he take them high heels off your ass. And he show you when you put them on that you being a whore, but you don't want to be called a whore. But you wearing the uniform of a whore. That makes you a bitch because you're in denial of what you truly are. That's why I respect a whore more, because she'll let you know that she's a whore. But a bitch gonna try to say to you she's a virtuous woman is what I'm looking for here. Something that deals with virtue. And she'll try to sell you something and say to you she's this, but she's far from it. Maybe you can look this up for me. I know it's probably.
About a virtuous woman?
It says, yes. For it is better. Is it in Proverbs?
I think it is.
Oh, it might be in Proverbs. What I was just in.
Proverbs.
No, you don't know which one I'm looking for. Which one am I looking for?
The one about the virtuous woman?
No, not really a virtuous woman. It's about virtue. It's about a man's virtue and a woman's virtue dealing with children. For it is, what does it say? For it is more virtuous not to have children than to have children. Like if you're not going to take care of them right, it's more virtuous for you not to have them. And you shall hear the innocent. He that hates his son when he speaks is fine, believing in his heart he the wicked flee when no man pursues. Is it in Wisdom of Solomon? What is that? Yeah, yes. Where's that at? Wisdom of Solomon what? Huh? I was close to it back here by Ecclesiastes. That's where it is, because it's at the beginning of the yes, right there. Oh, I got it right here. That's how I know. Thank you, Weefei. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 1. Better is to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal. So it is better for you not to have children, knowing that you're a fucked up person and you're not going to take care of them right. It is better for you to be selfish by yourself, but it ain't better for you to be selfish, but you still showing some type of strength to say, I'm not going to do that to nobody else. So that's some form of virtue. Because it is knowing with Father and with men. That's a good mark for you. Instead of you marking your children with death, with the mark of the beast, you being the beast, the bitch being the beast, again, male or female. Bitch has no color and it has no side. Bitch is just bitch. Verse 2. When it is present, men take example at it. So everybody takes example when virtue is present. Most hate it, but some respect it. And they cleave unto it, like I cleave unto my Father. And when it is gone, they desire it. So you can spend your life fucking with all them weak niggas for the rest of your life, and them weak bitches for the rest of your life. But if you've ever ran across virtue, you miss it for all of your life. And you will never get it back. Because you don't have enough humility in you to humble yourself and say that you've messed up. And I'm talking about just to you. So that you may start working on yourself again. Or working on yourself. It weareth a crown, and triumpheth forever, having gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards. Let me read that again. Verse 2. When it is present, men take example at it, and when it is gone, they desire it. It weareth a crown, and triumpheth forever, having gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards. So if you're trying, if you're fighting the excellent fight, not the good fight, but the excellent fight, he gonna meet you where you at. And all the things that you can't get off by yourself, he gonna get it off for you. We was made to be helped. Yes, he made us to where we can make our own decisions. But with guidance of the things that he put us around here, so that we would make the best decisions. Not for us to think that I could just keep doing this and it's going to change. Shit don't change. For the better. He gave us everything in excellence, and it's only changed for the worse. Everything we do is only changed for the worse. But we keep living that lie. And a lot of us not even looking to change it. Some of us, we just living a lie, but we just looking for the truth. And we was thinking that this all we had, but we knew it was more. But we didn't know where to get it. So he spares those kind for a while, not forever. In the time of his visitation, which is now, you better wake the fuck up and come into the light. Verse 3, but the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive. Now we can go back to Numbers. Yep, I was going to go to Deuteronomy 2. Well, since you did that, this is Deuteronomy chapter 1. Verse 17. When I was just saying that whatever you can't take off, he say bring it to him. And he'll get rid of that shit in the quickness. With haste. Deuteronomy 1 and 17. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment. That means most of you are not qualified to be judges. More directly, what it's saying is that just because you think that these people over here are your friends or your associates, you're not supposed to look at them like they are better than I, for example. Because you don't know me and you've never heard anybody speak to you this way that I'm speaking unto you. When all they say is, he nigga cuss. You hear all them cuss words and he coming out to the men and bitch, shut your motherfucking mouth. Because if you was listening, you would be hearing the meat. You would be receiving the meat, the manna that you really need for sustenance. But all you can hear is something that you think is cursing. You've already been cursed, bitch. We've been cursed shortly after the beginning. And we are living in the curses. And the words that I'm using are the words that you understand. Because you are in a dog state of mind. So I'm speaking the language in which you understand. Dog, bitch. Because that's what a female dog is called, right? She's called a bitch. So it's all about how you say it. So I'm not using these words to be profane. But I'm using these words to be descriptive. To explain the conditions that we are stuck in and can't get out of. And a lot of us don't want it. But you ain't gonna fuck with me with that shit. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment. So I ain't listening to him just because we know each other for 30 years. I ain't gonna do what he say. I'm gonna listen to him. Especially if I know he's respectable or she's respectable. But ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of mine. So fuck what you think. You ain't my father. And you can't do shit to me. Now this, I'm saying to you so-called white motherfuckers. America. Chinese, Moab. All Satan, your children. You and your fucking brood. You don't have children, excuse me. You and your kids. Your brood. You don't have no power over me. Nobody has power over me anymore. Because I choose to receive power and keep my power unto my family. To give and receive power unto my family. So I don't just hold it in me, but I don't just give it away frivolously to anybody. I've learned from my mistakes. Can't give a nigga just power because you want him to be like you. A nigga ain't like you. Stop trying to make them be like you. This is for the righteous ones. You trying to get people to change around you. Don't get them to change around you. Just show them what you need to show them. But you can't force this on nobody. But at the same time, you have to make yourself known as a force. Because we've been beat upside the fucking head and we don't know nothing but the rod. We don't respect wisdom when it's coming out of our mouth, especially when it's out the mouth of a so-called black man. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of mine, for the judgment is Father's. And the cause that is too hard for you, that's what I'm getting to. Whatever's too hard for you, he's done it for me. Bring it unto me, and I will hear. He say, but you work it out first. You work it out with your brothers and sisters because I made you perfect. I gave you a mind. So you work it out down there amongst yourselves, your family. And if it's too big for y'all, then y'all come to me. Not crying and whining like these fucking niggas over here that we right back to. That we're right back to. Numbers chapter 1, verse 10. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, crying like a little bitch. And the anger of the Almighty was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. So why is he going to answer your prayers and all you do is cry? Why is he going to answer your call the way you think he going to answer your call and all you do is cry unto him? You don't want to hear that shit. He tired of that shit. That's why he say, I don't accept your solemn feast days. I don't want to hear your fucking instruments. They all sound like shit to me. So if you niggas think you speaking with my father, you're a goddamn fool. You speaking with God. You speaking with your Lord. That's why you can only remain in your Lord self, in your dog state of mind. Now you figure out what I just said, dumbass. And Moses didn't want to have nothing to do with y'all. And Moses said unto the Almighty, verse 11, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all these people upon me? Have I conceived 12, all this people? Have I begotten them, that thou shouldst say unto me, carry them in the bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. So Moses didn't want to have shit to do with you either. For the most part, I don't want to have shit to do with you niggas. In a certain manner. Some of me want to put all you motherfuckers to death. Even before my father came to me as he has come to me. And the world would be a lot better, and I would reach my righteousness a lot faster. But that ain't the way he wanted it to be. So it's not about what I wanted to do. It's about what needs to be done. And all things must come to pass because they are his will, not my will. I am his servant. I am his son. I do as I'm commanded by my Father, not my God, because I have no God. I have no Lord over me. I have but one over me, and he is the most high creator of life itself, who is thy Father. (13) Whence should I have flesh to give? Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh, that we may eat. Give us free. Give us free. That's what you niggas protesting. And I'm not hating on my young brothers and sisters because they young. But I'm talking to you niggas who's supposed to be elders and they fathers and they mothers. You daddies and mommies. You ain't even down there with your children helping. You down there showing them how to complain. Give us free. You ain't getting no fucking free. Ain't shit free, nigga. It costs to think. To have a righteous thought come through your mind and to bring it forth and to be able to stand on it. It's a cost to pay. Know the saying, it costs to be the boss? I ain't the boss. Because I understand more. But it costs to be a man. It costs to be a woman. And the price is your soul. What you willing to put on the line for the releasement of your soul. Not for the freedom, for free dummies. Think it's shit free. But for the releasement of your soul. It costs for this. And the one taking the ticket is him. Give us flesh. That's all you can think about. Because we addicts. And I'm still an addict. But now I'm addicted to the truth. I've always respected the truth. I've always gravitated towards the truth. And I knew when I was living lies. But the truth has always been better to me. Crying for shit that you ain't worked for. expecting a handout. That's one reason that you niggas love your oppressor. Because he give you shit. He give you shit on top of shit on top of shit. And you're like, ooh, he just give me all this shit. I just love him so much. I love my, yes sir, boss. We sick. I was not feeling, you in fine fucking health, but no, you sick because you depend on everything, all the shit that he give you. We've been depending on all the shit that he's given us. And it's been nothing but shit, worms, dung. But we so used to somebody giving us something, we don't know how to work for anything. We don't want that work. And your master has replaced your ass again. You keep replacing you with a new nigga. A lot of you fucking crackers and filthy ass honkies, you only trying to join the movement because you see that your master, your kind, has been treating you like shit this whole time. And now the veil is being lifted by my father up over your fucking foolish ass face. Now you want to say Black Lives Matter when black lives don't mean a motherfucking thing except ignorance and stupidity and cowardice. Because in 2020 we still calling ourselves black. Even if you don't know who you are, nigga, you can't see that you're not black. That's the good brain fucking that the master's giving you, and you're all in your fucking face. Why you can't receive this goodness that my father's offering unto you. Moses 14. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. Moses crying too. How the fuck are you gonna cry? If my father gave you this, Moses, that means he sees something in you that you don't even see in yourself. He's saying that you can handle all of this. And I know because I've been through it. Still going through it. I didn't cry to the world, but I cried to myself. I didn't cry to my father, but I cried to myself because I didn't know my father. So all the shit that was upon me, why the fuck is it happening to me? What is this? How am I supposed to do it? I don't have any examples in front of me. Then he came. And I ain't see his face. And I ain't heard his voice. But I now understand what faith is. Faith is knowing that you have to do something. Knowing something is right. But ain't nobody told you. It's just there and you know it. You can't find out where it is. It's just there. And you know it's right. And I know it's him. Because he is the only right. Everything else I've done, even when I tried to do it in righteousness, it was, I've done some right things, but it was all wrong is what I'm saying. Because he don't accept burnt offerings. We ain't supposed to be working for heathens, with heathens. We ain't supposed to be none of that. We can't even make a proper sacrifice with lambs if I did know how. Because all of these things are given to us by the heathens. They've touched them. They're all defiled. So niggas talking about they keeping feast days and they going to get lambs. These are stupid ass fools. The animals, everything has to be kept by you. It has to be kept by us. It has to be cleansed. The earth, everything. We are going through the cleansing. If you're not paying attention, well, all wicked things shall come to pass 1,000,000 times faster. All your wicked thoughts shall come upon you 1,000,000 times faster. And they shall take you away. All your blessings shall come upon you 1,000,000 times faster when you start to walk into the light. But it's some other things that's going to come your way before you receive those blessings. We've already had the blessings been waiting for us the whole time. But we haven't worked to get them. And we just keep crying and thinking somebody's going to give them to us. 15. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me. Huh? Even Moses crying with the rest of these niggas. And he said, kill me. If this is my reward, that I got to take care of these niggas, that I got to be around these niggas, man, you could just kill me right now. Is what Moses said to the Almighty. Now, I can't really call that nuts of saying that, because he was really, I understand why he said it though, because you niggas is horrible. But I understand that most of you are not us. Moses maybe didn't understand that. Not maybe, from what I read, he didn't really understand that. I'm learning from my forefathers. So I should have a greater understanding than they did. This is why this was left for us, to refine what we've been living. So when we pick this up, it would add on to how we should live and how not to live, or what is not living, because we have not been living. We have been surviving. Those are not the same things. And I'm tired of surviving and just hanging on. Nigga, I'm finna start swinging. Actually, I'm already swinging. From branch to motherfucking branch. And I'm skipping 3 or 4 branches, nigga. That's how hard I'm swinging. You want to swing with me? You want to swing with the Most High? Come learn this word. Come learn the word that was given unto you. Come unleash your spirit. This is what we doing over here. Releasement. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're working for. Releasement. So that we may be in easement of the dis-ease. So that we be no longer in dis-ease, in disease, but in ease of the work that we doing. Because work is work, but it can be ease. Work that we can do with ease, when we say smooth, or it can be some dog shit. When they say, I work smart, not hard. Even though I know what smart means, most of us don't. But I'm just using that saying with the intent in which they say it. I work for things to become easier, not for them to still remain hard. I don't do work for work to just be work, man. This is work. I work so that it becomes smooth and easy. So he says, and if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand. If I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. He talking about y'all, but he's speaking about himself, but he talking about dealing with them. And he's speaking about himself, though. He said, I know I shouldn't be speaking like this, but these people are fucking... But the Almighty is showing them, nigga, how you think I feel? These are my children. They just your brothers and sisters. But these my children. How the fuck do you think I feel, Moses? I'm the Almighty and these little motherfuckers hard to deal with. I could just kill them, but they my children. He hateth to put away. And the Almighty said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and the officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. So he could have asked for something, but he could have asked for something in a much more manlier way and respectful way, because he was just crying, whining like them, and they all seen him do wonders. I don't know how you could have stood before him and did that. I couldn't have done that. And I know you can say, well, you wasn't there. Nigga, I was there. I'm there right now. That's why we going over it. I couldn't have done that, because I've been looking for my father my whole life. And he knew it was not one man on this earth that was manly enough to be my father. Meaning I meant some manly men, tough, that'll tear your head off. But that's not really all what it takes to be a mom. So it was only him that was righteous enough to address me. that I would respect enough wholeheartedly him. That's why he had me learn from all of these men, all of these women, so that I would be well-rounded when he gave me the scriptures, when he gave me my life, when he started showing it to me. Because if you haven't figured out yet, I am the healer. I am the repairer here upon this earth. Through my Father. This is what he is. What is the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Job. Groomed. This is the word. This is the work that he has groomed me for. So I would be ready at the time when he called. And I am ready. And I become more and more ready all the time, because he keeps showing me to be patient, to be humble, to show humility. Now is the time of patience. Now is the time not to just react because you see somebody get murdered on TV. They're doing that to cause a reaction from you. So now is the time for Israel to be at home, to be with your families. Because if you were at home with your families, your children wouldn't be outside getting murdered. Your husband would not be getting murdered. Your boyfriend would not be getting murdered, because he would be at home learning how to become a husband. These women wouldn't be getting hung from fucking cells, because she would be at home learning how to be a woman. And once you are in his grace, in his covering, he will allow nothing to cause harm unto you. And the test that he brings unto you, when you stand strong and tall and you keep thy foot, as we were reading, in the house of the Almighty, he will not allow anything to take thy foot from you. Real quick, we're going to jump over to Samuel. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 9. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail. By your own strength, you're not going to beat these devils. You're not going to defeat the devil in you. See, most of you is the white man. The white man, ain't no such thing as a fucking white man. And if it was, I'd fuck a white man. Fuck a black man, a blue man. I don't have to worry about no other man. It's my responsibility, my duty to manage what is in here, the devil in me. If you can't control the devil in you, you're going to have hell everywhere outside of you, because you all hellish on the inside. That's what this is about. It ain't about the color of your skin. It's about the color of the spirit. Now, what color are you? And if you don't know the color, you either lie or you the color of truth. And don't go try to take my sayings and putting them on t-shirts and shit. Making profits out of them. Because the only true profit is what is profitable unto your soul. That's where profits come from. That's why I am the prophet of today. Because everything that I speak out of my mouth is a profit unto you. And what is not profitable, and I've spoken ill, most of the time I can catch it and correct myself. But I'm not ungrateful enough. I'm not so haughty, so vain and arrogant even when I was in my, thought I was in my arrogance, and when I was being arrogant and being vain, that I couldn't hear the truth, what makes sense, and then change and ask for forgiveness and accept that correction, as I'm doing now. And we gonna start wrapping this up. But as we going over these scripts, as we went over these things, the way I do things is quite different from everyone else. I've always been like that, and I accept it, and it's me. And I'm glad that I'm me and not you. And I never wanted to be, I never wanted to be anybody else. But I did admire or look towards other people's situation in which I did have some of the things that they had, mainly a family. But he had me come up the way he needed me to come up, so that I would understand family in the greatest manner. For I'm not only his prophet of right now, I am his repairer of his family. So I have to understand, I have to be ready for correction at all times. I have to be ready to humble myself even more at all times. Because if I am not, I cannot receive his correction. I cannot receive his instruction. So how can I be here speaking with you about the things I'm speaking to you about? Me not being the first example, my head not being on the chopping block before any of you, for it is. And if I speak to you wrong, purposefully, and try to mislead you, that's my ass. And I'm not doing it because I'm afraid that that's my ass. For in these 46 years that I have lived, it has taken me 45 to find out who I am. I am not Andrew Michael Smith, in which the name that my mother did her best and gave me what she thought was befitting. But a man is supposed to call a child whom he is. We are all backwards in everything. In the olden days, that were just then, times before us, sometimes the child wouldn't be named. A lot of times it wouldn't be named right away when they came out. You waited to see what kind of person that was before you called them. And they weren't names. You studied and seen who they were, and you called them by who they were. Who that child proved to you it was. Names do nothing but enslave you. You're this. Nigga, what the fuck is that? That's why most of us walk around here, we don't know nothing. Because you have a nothing ass name, you have a nothing ass mentality, man totaling your reality. You don't have a life. It's another man taking account of your life, and he's not really a man himself. So it's not the totality of the Most High, of the Almighty. So he has given me Fatah Iam. For you simpletons, Father, I am. Fly that came in. I don't know where it come from. Father, I am humble. Father, I am gracious. Father, I am wicked. Father, I have been unrighteous. But Father, I am repenting. And Father, I am your will to do as you may. For I am now your humble servant, your child, your vessel, to do your will. Because I know that thou is greater than me. For you have shown me thy power, thou's power. So I cannot deny your greatness. No one else can show me what you have shown me. For if someone else shows me what you have shown me, that means you are not the one that I'm speaking of. For none can do like unto my Father. For he is the creator of life himself and itself. For he is self-sustaining, everlasting, and he has never died. Nor will he allow me to die, as long as I am taking care of my affairs fully and wholeheartedly. For I am not of this body, but I am a Holy Spirit, a holy child, spiritual child of the Most High Creator himself. For I am his son, and he has brought me alive to be the repairer of his family at this time. His will is his will. That time is that time. You have the right to question, but when you question, you should seek diligently. You should come with humility, not being ungrateful that it is not you, that it is someone else, that it can't be that person, because I am this, but you know not what you are. And couldn't handle what you are. Some of us are his holy children. Most of us are infiltrators. Hence, the wheat from the tares. And the tares have done nothing but terrorize us, because we just don't have that evil spirit upon us. And we thought because these people look like us and they were our kins, we grew up in the same house, that this is our family, when it is not the case. We are all family in some shape, form, or fashion, but some of us come from a righteous line. Excuse me. And most of us come from an abominable creation, an abominable line, mixing. As he says in Numbers chapter 1 verse 4, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? Because you was around them mixed multitudes, we started doing their ways. We started acting like them, thinking we're them, mixing with them. So if we have any children out there who think that you are mixed, this world has told you you're mixed, what I'm going to say to you is something most of you have never heard before, is that you are not mixed, or you don't have to be mixed. Your flesh may be mixed, but if your seed is of my Father, you are his holy child. And if we are not of the flesh, which I am not, then that makes me what? That makes me holy. That makes me whole. Hence the word holy. But if you think mixed, you become mixed because of your behavior. So now is the time to seek the power of discernment so that you can put things in their proper place and perspective. So you are no longer mixed up in your thinking. So you are no longer living reality and you are coming into real life, the light that we were created from. So the humble will hear my Father's voice. The wolves in sheep clothing, you hear it too. But you will bark at it. You may say that you don't receive it, nigga, but you gonna receive it. You won't adhere to it, but you have received it today. Whether you've seen this video or not, you have received it. Because when I speak His word, it goes throughout time. That is the power of my Father. Not because I'm so powerful, but I am. Because I have the most powerful thing within me and with me ever. The ungrateful will always complain and gainsay and scoff and naysay and no, it can't be it, it can't be it. But the righteous will say, well, let me see. They will see it for themselves. They will seek it out for themselves. So if you're around unrighteous ass people, you may be one of them. But it's time for you to start seeking if you are not. And see for yourself. Because everything my Father says is to seek for yourself. Do not believe anything I'm saying to you. Check out everything that I'm saying to you. In this book that most people call the Holy Bible and steal with best instructions before leaving. You stupid ass people, demons, you might not even be people. The book is called the Book of Law. All throughout the book, I haven't seen where it's called Bible. I don't know what the fuck they put that on, whether they demons. The Book of Law and the Book of Remembrance. Laws, statutes, and commandments for certain people upon the face of this earth to remember in the time of awakening, so that you can have something to attain to, adhere to cleave unto, so you can get back to being who you're supposed to be. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Not because you run the race, but it means those who are on top, who are pretending to be you, shall now be placed upon the bottom when you come home, and you shall be placed upon the top. You so-called black niggas all around the world, we are on the bottom. As a whole, I am no longer on the bottom. I sit on top of the world because I sit with my Father. Isaiah 54 and 13. This is humility. And all thy children shall be taught of the Almighty, and great shall be the peace of thy children. So my children, they're not like other children. You know, you might want me to say, my children, your children. No, they're not like your children. Most of you don't have children. You have fucking kids. Menstruous monsters. Do my children do children things? Yes. Do they fuck up? Yes. Do I fuck up? Yes. But do I repent? Do I ask for forgiveness? Yes. Yes. And those are my children. I didn't have to ask them anything. They naturally said that. Because I am made perfect, I know what to do. And I'm learning more on what to do. This is how I can come here and speak these things unto you. In righteousness, 14, shalt thou be established. This is why this is this first video that I'm addressing my people, because I have been established this day in righteousness, and I'm delivering the message of righteousness and how to establish righteousness within you and your household. Because everything you do, everything I do affects you. Everything you do affects me. So you can't be a fucking faggot and a pedophile in your house and not think that it doesn't affect me. I can't be a whoremonger and a liar and abuser of my woman and don't think it doesn't affect you. There's no such thing as independence. Stupid ass niggas. Everything is codependent on one another. That is the way he created it to be. And it is all type of examples in our faces. Thou shalt be far from oppression. When you teach your children, when you learn, when you teach yourself the law, statutes, and commandments, when you teach your children, my fathers, our law, statutes, and commandments, thou shalt be far from oppression. In righteousness shalt thou be established. For thou shalt not fear, you shall have no more fear from terror. They won't be able to tear your family apart from their oppression of terror. They won't be able to give you depression from their terror, from the suppression of your Holy Spirit, because you won't accept it any longer. For it shall not come near thee. 15. Behold, they shall surely gather together. Yes, remember I said it. They are going to gather together when you start to come into the light. The demons don't want you to come into the light. The first, the ones who pretending to be the first. I'm not just going to give you my company. The fuck you think this is? His brood has worked on these for thousands of years. He's had his company for 200 years. Why in the fuck would he just give it to you? Because you went and got a degree from your master. From your master. This is my family's company. Why the fuck I'm just going to give it to you? I don't have to hire you niggas. It's my company. I'm only hiring you niggas because I want you to be a face in there. So when they see I got one of you niggas, that you can convince other niggas to go buy my shit. Stupid ass niggas. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. That means you can't fuck with me. You can gather together all you want, your crafty council and all the shit you do, your UN nations, nigga, but your time is up. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Coronavirus, bitch. Since that's what you want to call it, it shall enter into all your dwellings, and it shall take you and your filthy ass kids with you. Whether so-called black nigga, so-called white nigga, so-called Korean, Indian, whatever the fuck nigga you want to be today. Fag, fuck boy ass niggas. Because if you are not holy, then you are a fuck boy. And you are fucked, boy. Coronavirus, the virus of the wicked, shall take all of you. Hallelujah. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. I'm watching what he's doing to niggas for me. He's destroying people right in front of my face because I do his work. And I'm learning how to do it better and better and better and better. Behold, 16, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the water to destroy. So you so-called Caucasian white man, you are the smith. You make all the fucking tools around the world. Asian, all you niggas are the same. You are the same bloodline. You got the same phenotype.